Hello and welcome to NT Coins World, the channel dedicated to all things numismatic. If you're a coin enthusiast, collector, or just starting your journey into the world of rare and historic coins, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into two of the most well-known series in US coinage history, the Jefferson Nickel. Specifically, we'll be focusing on the 1987 D Jefferson Nickel and 2000 D Jefferson Nickel, are coins with fascinating historical context, intricate design details, notable mintage, and much more. Let's get started. The 1987 D Jefferson Nickel is part of a long-standing series of coins that has been in circulation for decades. To fully appreciate the significance of this coin, we need to start by understanding the history and evolution of the Jefferson Nickel. The Jefferson Nickel was first introduced in 1938, designed by renowned sculptor Felix Schlag. Its debut marked the beginning of a new era for US coinage, replacing the previous Buffalo nickel. The Jefferson Nickel features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse, with his home, Monticello, featured on the reverse. This iconic design has remained relatively unchanged for most of its history, except for the 2004 to 2005 changes to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. By 1987, the Jefferson Nickel had undergone several design revisions, but the basic structure of the coin remained unchanged, continuing to feature Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello on the back. The 1987 D Jefferson Nickel was minted at the Denver Mint. Like most of the coins in this series, its obverse shows a left-facing bust of Thomas Jefferson. The inscription reads "Liberty" above his image with the date 1987 below. The coin also includes the words "In God We Trust," an essential element found on all US coins. The mint mark, D, is located to the right of Jefferson's portrait, signifying the coin was struck in Denver. The reverse features Monticello, the neoclassical home of Thomas Jefferson, in Virginia. The design also includes the words Monticello directly above the building and E pluribus unum above the coin's denomination, nickel, at the bottom. The mint mark in this case is placed directly beneath Monticello, further emphasizing the coin's production location. This particular coin from 1987 is significant because it belongs to a long-standing tradition of Jefferson nickels, but its specific details, including minting, give it a unique spot within the series. The 1987 D Jefferson Nickel is relatively common in comparison to some of its counterparts in the Jefferson Nickel series. The Denver Mint produced approximately 734 million examples of this coin that year. This high mintage is reflective of the coin's widespread circulation, which makes it less rare compared to other nickels from different years with lower mintages. However, the 1987 D Jefferson Nickel still holds significance for collectors who specialize in coins from specific years or mint locations. For many collectors, finding a high-quality version of the 1987 D is more important than its rarity due to the coin's pristine design and historical value. In terms of market value, the 1987 D Jefferson Nickel is considered a standard coin with moderate value for most examples. Because of its high mintage, it is not generally considered rare. However, its value can vary based on its condition and whether it has any unique features such as errors or unusual wear. For a standard 1987 D Jefferson Nickel in circulated condition, you can expect a value of about 5 to 10 cents. However, uncirculated specimens or those in particularly high grades, such as MS65 or higher, may fetch anywhere between 25 to 50 cents. Coins in higher grades can have slightly higher values depending on demand in the numismatic market. It is important to note that the market value of coins can fluctuate over time. Collectors and dealers frequently monitor trends, and the value of any specific coin can rise or fall based on demand, availability, and interest in certain historical periods. While the 1987 D Jefferson Nickel is not known for having widespread errors, there have been some minor varieties and production flaws that collectors have found interesting. Some of the more common errors found in Jefferson nickels, including the 1987 D, include coins struck off-center during the minting process can sometimes be found with a misalignment of the design. This creates a unique look as part of the coin's design might be missing or partially cut off. Occasionally, there are minor die cracks or cuds, raised portions of metal, that form as a result of worn-out or cracked dies. These are typically less pronounced but can still increase the coin's appeal for certain collectors who specialize in minting flaws. Although relatively rare, some coins from 1987 have been identified with subtle doubling on the obverse or reverse. These types of errors are typically sought after by collectors who focus on varieties. While these errors aren't widespread for the 1987 D Jefferson nickel, finding one with a noticeable flaw or defect can add a significant premium to the value, depending on its rarity and the demand for such specimens. The 1987 D Jefferson nickel holds a moderate level of interest among coin collectors. Although it's not considered a highly sought-after coin compared to other rarities in US numismatics, it does have some appeal for certain collectors, especially those who focus on assembling complete sets of Jefferson nickels, or those with specific mint mark. Collectors who are building sets of nickels by date and mint mark often turn to the 1987 D to complete their collection of 20th century nickels. In addition, because of its relatively high mintage, the coin is often available for purchase in both online marketplaces and traditional coin shops. Collectors may seek out uncirculated examples of the 1987 D Jefferson nickel to add to their sets or investment portfolios, especially if they are building sets from specific time periods or based on the specific design used during that era. For those interested in coins with historical significance, the 1987 D Jefferson nickel may also be appealing due to its direct connection to the era of the 1980s. While not an old coin by the standards of many historical pieces, it still reflects the unique style and design choices made during the 20th century, especially during the Reagan administration and the broader political and social context of that time. In conclusion, the 1987 D Jefferson nickel may not be the rarest or most valuable coin in the world of US numismatics, but it still carries significant historical and collector value. With its classic design, connection to Thomas Jefferson, and the beauty of Monticello on the reverse, it's a great piece for any collector to add to their collection. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting to explore coin collecting, the 1987 D Jefferson nickel offers a fascinating look into a pivotal time in US history. The 2000 D Jefferson nickel belongs to a series that has long been a favorite among collectors. Introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel features a design that pays tribute to the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. Over the years, the Jefferson nickel series has seen various updates, but the 2000 D stands out for several reasons. By the year 2000, the Jefferson nickel had already undergone numerous design modifications, but one of the most significant changes came with the 2004 redesign, which honored the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. However, it's the 2000 D version that marks the end of the 20th century's standard nickel design, making it an important piece in American numismatic history. The 2000 D Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. This mint was crucial in producing coins for circulation across the United States, and it is important to note that Denver minted a significant portion of the 2000 D nickels retains the familiar design created by Felix Schlag, which has been used since 1938. On the obverse, front, the coin displays a portrait of Thomas Jefferson facing to the left. The inscription Liberty appears above Jefferson's head, while In God We Trust is positioned above his name. Beneath Jefferson's portrait is the year of issue 2000, which also reflects the turn of the millennium. The reverse side of the 2000 D Jefferson nickel features a depiction of Jefferson's home, Monticello. Monticello, an iconic structure in American history, symbolizes Jefferson's vision of democracy and his contributions to the nation. The inscription Monticello appears above the image of the home with the words e pluribus unum below. Additionally, the reverse side contains the denomination of the coin, 5 cents, and the mint mark D, signifying that it was struck in Denver. As for the coin's dimensions, the 2000D Jefferson Nickel has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters and weighs 5 grams, which is standard for the Jefferson Nickel series. The metal composition is made up of 75% copper and 25% nickel, maintaining consistency with earlier editions. The mintage of the 2000D Jefferson Nickel was quite significant, with over 1.2 billion coins produced that year at the Denver Mint. This high mintage means that the coin is still relatively abundant in circulation, making it less rare in comparison to other coins that were minted in smaller quantities. However, even with the large mintage, there are still specific qualities about the 2000D Jefferson Nickel that can impact its value among collectors. The coins in uncirculated condition, or those that were carefully preserved after being struck, tend to carry more value. When it comes to the market value of the 2000D Jefferson Nickel, it's important to note that this coin is relatively affordable for most collectors. Most examples in circulated condition are worth their face value of 5 cents. However, as with many coins, the value can vary depending on the coin's condition and rarity. For example, a well-preserved 2000D Jefferson Nickel, particularly one in brilliant uncirculated BU condition, could fetch a price in the range of $1 to $3. On the other hand, the value of coins with significant wear, or those that are in lower grades, may only reach face value. It is important to consider the coin's grade when evaluating its market value. Coins graded by a reputable third-party grading service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, will generally command a higher price than raw, ungraded coins. Like many other coins, the 2000D Jefferson Nickel has experienced some interesting errors that have captured the attention of numismatists. While the coin itself is not known for any major design flaws, a few notable errors have been documented over the years. One of the most common errors in the 2000D series is the doubled die variety, where the die used to strike the coin shows noticeable doubling on certain elements of the design. This occurs when the die is improperly aligned during the striking process, resulting in a doubled image on the obverse or reverse of the coin. Another potential error includes the off-center strike, which happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing it to be struck off-center. These errors can make certain 2000D Jefferson Nickels more valuable, especially when they are in good condition and exhibit noticeable details. Additionally, there have been instances of the 2000D Jefferson Nickel being struck with excessive metal, creating broad-struck coins. These coins can have an irregular shape, with parts of the design being stretched or distorted due to the overproduction of metal during the minting process. These broad-struck errors are often highly sought after by collectors due to their unusual appearance. The 2000D Jefferson Nickel, despite its high mintage, remains an attractive coin for collectors. Its appeal lies not only in its historical context but also in the design and the potential for error varieties. Collectors often look for coins with specific characteristics, such as high-grade specimens or coins with unique errors, which can add to the overall interest in this particular nickel. For those who specialize in Jefferson Nickels, the 2000D version is an important piece to complete the series. Additionally, the coin can be a great starting point for those looking to dive deeper into the world of coin collecting, especially since the 2000D is still widely available in circulation, making it a relatively easy coin to acquire. Even though it's not one of the rarest coins in the Jefferson Nickel series, the 2000D version is still valued by collectors for its historical significance and its representation of the transition into the new millennium. Many collectors also focus on obtaining high-quality examples, as these can be showcased in personal collections or sold for a profit in the future. In conclusion, the 2000D Jefferson Nickel is a fascinating piece of American coinage that holds historical significance as well as potential for numismatic interest. While it may not be as rare as some other coins, its design, historical context, and potential for errors make it a compelling coin for both seasoned collectors and newcomers alike. If you're a collector or simply fascinated by coins, be sure to keep an eye out for the 1987 D Jefferson Nickel and 2000 D Jefferson Nickel in your collections, as it represents a key moment in the evolution of American coinage. Whether you're hunting for high-grade examples, rare error coins, or just looking to add a piece of history to your collection, the 1987 D Jefferson Nickel and 2000 D Jefferson Nickel is definitely one to keep an eye on. Thanks for tuning in to NT Coins World. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want more in-depth coin reviews and insights. Until next time, keep collecting and happy hunting.